Joined by Siena head coach Jimmy Patsos, senior Javion Ogunyemi, redshirt sophomore Kadeem Smithen. Coach, if you could be with an opening statement, please.
Couldn't be more proud of Kadeem. He hurt his fell on his shoulder again and just kept playing. And Rob Poole was here today, and he's been doing great. He's stupid enough to get into coaching. He's nuts. Poole's here, and I say that because he's coaching his high school team, and he's a great guy. And Poole's really, after being away for years, really learned. And he talked about coaching and how much he's learned. And he's in the stands, and he noticed me and Kadeem kind of bickering. And Kadeem sits in Rob Poole's seat, where Rob Poole sat in the locker room. I'll go into coaching. So there's Rob Poole saying, I really like the way Kadeem and you go at it. Reminds me of me and you. I never noticed it until tonight. I look over at the game. Kadeem, who hit 2 huge free throws and played his butt off, and he's sitting in Rob Poole's locker. So sometimes there is, a little thing up there. I want to dedicate this game to Michelle and Charlie Thompson. My teammate's wife passed away. She was buried today. So it happens. No, it happens. This is life. They have 3 children in high school. They watch the Saints game religiously. It's funny because I thought Nico's bucket-wing because, of course, that was her favorite player. He was my teammate in college. He was the older guy that took care of me. I hurt my ankle once, and as a sophomore, I couldn't play. The day after the season ended, I wrenched my ankle, and I said, I can't believe it. I'm on crutches. What am I going to do? And Charlie Thompson took me to Laurel Park and started my first ever horse racing live. So it's funny how it all works. That's to everybody in Chicago. She was a great lady, and today was her funeral, and she was a big Saints fan. So you try, and whether it's Rob Poole or Michelle Thompson, a good friend of mine, and it couldn't have been sadder. And then yet here we get a win, and you needed everything today to get a 2-point win. Kadeemer, great job. I thought Javion really played outstanding in the second half. Making free throws. And this is the way our season's going. We're up 5, and Nick Griffin, who I really looked at, I knew him as a kid. I knew Nick Griffin as a kid. I know his coach really well. His coach played for Rick Pitino with Boston U, blah, blah, blah. Dan Harwood goes to GW, doesn't transfer here. Hits a 3 to make it 2 with 5 seconds left. We throw it long. I thought we had a layup, but the play was designed. LeVon, great pass, and they somehow block it, and then they get a look at it. I had to wait all the way. It's funny. Pearl Washington, when I was a bartender in Georgetown, he didn't come in once. Pearl Washington came in 50 times in 3 years. I knew his girlfriend. He passed away. So it's funny. You put a lot of things in perspective when you go through some losing, and he takes that shot from half court, Arizona. I know you're a history guy. That's where the mark is in Syracuse, when Pearl hit the half court shot to beat Gary Williams in Boston College when they missed a free throw. So it's amazing. He takes that shot, and I'm like, please, no, Pearl, no. Because you go through a lot when we have some tough breaks and losing. You lose a couple by here, a couple by there. That all went through my mind in the last few seconds. If you look, I think that's where Pearl's name is up there on the dome, where he heaved the half-court shot. And that was against Boston College. So you don't know. You got to play 40 minutes. I told the kids how proud I was of them for playing 40 minutes. The food drive was tonight. I know that was successful. I just got to thank the fans. I mean, I know some people want to kill me, and that's okay. I understand that. They want to win. It's okay. I'll take it. It's better than nobody caring. I'd rather have you care a lot than not care at all. And our fans care. 64-78 is a credit to you guys, the fans, the community. And I think we appreciate it. And I just don't know if we win that game without the fans. And I really, really, really appreciate it. I don't care if it's the food bank or the craft beer or just having youth groups come. That was an impressive crowd for a mid-major game. I've been around a long time. I know we're not exactly finishing games well, and I want to say thank you to the fans. Thank you for the community to come out. These guys deserve it. If you're mad at anybody, be mad at me. And great win because John Dunn's team's really good. I'll take any questions.
Nico has had that shot. It seems like every single game now, it feels like. But tonight, went in. How important was that, especially since didn't get to play a lot and kind of struggled to have
he just came to me and said his knee hurts. He couldn't really practice one day. He practiced half a day. And Nico's made that shot. That's the exact shot he made to tie it up to send Loyola to overtime. He makes a lot of those twos. He makes a lot of those 2-point shots, actually. He's really good at those. And I thought we missed him on the post a couple times. Right, Kadeem?
You're right.
But you're going to get him next time, right, Kadeem?
I will.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Nico's a great 2-point scorer. He's great in the post. He does a lot of things. I think his knee bothering him maybe takes away from some of his balance on threes, et cetera. But he's a gamer. Nico's just a gamer, and he's going to fight back. And he knew he didn't start because he wasn't exactly playing so well, and his knee hurt. But his knee hurt. I didn't lie to you. He came out and said my knee hurt. I don't know if I can go for a week. I might take a week off. Hammer did a great job. Doc Alfred said, let's talk. Take the day off. Go half speed this day and try and play then. But Kadeem has earned the right to start with his play the last 3 games. Correct, Javion?
For both players, I mean, it's one win, but what does this win mean for you guys? What is it worth after what you guys have been through the last couple of weeks, a couple of bad losses and the tough losses in Western New York?
Obviously, it's just great to come out here, play at home, and get a win. And, we're not going to sit too high on this win. We're glad we won this game, but we're getting ready for Quinnipiac next, and we just want to try to build. We haven't won 2 games in a row, and that's our goal right now.
Much like what Javion said, we just want to build on this. We're going to enjoy it for a little bit, but after tomorrow's day off, we're going to get right back to it and get ready for the next one.
2 and 3. It seems like you're alive right now in 2 and 3. Right from the standings, correct?
Yeah.
I want to be 5-0. So do I, Ray.
Jimmy, with Marquise's shooting tonight, recently you talked about, maybe the key to shooting better is to take better shots, and he seemed tonight to pick his spots a little bit better. Is that something you saw from him?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough because he's the one, and they're going to key on him. Like, he got his last shot. I don't know if he blocked it. Was he trying to throw it to you?
Yeah, he was trying to throw it to me, yeah.
Kadeem gives him a little room. See, Kadeem can get the ball, and all of a sudden Marquise can slide over here, and they forget about him. Now he's coming off some screens. I thought he got – it's okay, Demos. They can hear me. He gives it up a little to Kadeem, and now Kadeem's a facilitator. It's kind of – the reason we call it play 2 a lot is it's a 2-guard front. Whether we had Steve Francis and Terrell Stokes at Maryland, Steve Blake and Juan Dixon to Andre Constant, Gerald Brown and Dylan Cormier. It's a 2-guard front, and anybody can take it, and the other guy can get off the ball. When Keith doesn't – Nico's just a scorer. It's just the way he plays. I think Kadeem gives him some room. I watched a tape of our game last year. I'm going to send a thank you card, an apology card, and probably some cash to Ryan Oliver. So I didn't realize how good that guy was. Tim Hagen gave him money because he's not in school anymore. He's in Ireland. The guy's in Ireland getting his master's. He was the #1 student athlete in this MAC basketball because that's a real honor he got to go to Belfast to get his master's and play basketball. And I watched him last year, and he would give it up, and then he could facilitate, and Keys or Nico could get it, and then he would get open. I don't know if I appreciated Ryan Oliver enough last year. I finally said that. I'm getting better. And Kadeem does a little of that, where he can score, but he can facilitate, but he doesn't go crazy, but he can handle the ball. It's right. Ryan was better than we thought, right? Even though he used to yell at him for shopping in Beverly Hills. But from Beverly Hills, I didn't make it up. But I watched him, and I talked to Kadeem about, Keith gives it up. You play the one. You get it back. And I think that helped Marquise to answer your question. And I think I didn't value Ryan Oliver enough. I watched the whole year. He had a really good game here last year against St. Peter's.
Jimmy, Brett gets fouled out in the second half. How does that change your game plan going forward?
Come on, guy had 13 and 11. The ref came right up and said, hey, sorry, I might have missed that one. I said, no problem. See, I'm a new person. 5 years ago, I would have, 5 months ago. No, I'm kidding. Andrew Mara's a good referee. He just said it. He says, I think the kid flopped. I think I missed that. He goes, and I didn't know. Referees make mistakes. He had all good referees. He's a good referee, Andrew Mara. He said, I think I missed that one. I said, well, I wish it wasn't his fifth and he missed it, but he did. Brett's defensive rebounding, ability to make free throws and all that. But I'm kind of glad some other guys got to play. Levon showed he can play the 4. Jay was a monster in there. And, then you just move some guys around. You just have to move people around, which is fine.
Yet along those lines, Jimmy, you lose Brett with 6 minutes to go in a game that you're trying to grind out. What's that say about your team that they're able to
I'm happy that we have, because we haven't grinded some out. We just went 0-2 in the grind because we could have grinded out Canisius and Niagara, and we didn't. So I'm happy we grinded it out. But we need Brett. Brett had 11 rebounds, 13 points. The one that killed me was his 4th foul, and that was on us because we didn't get the rebound. We didn't get the rebound. That rebound was in 2 of our guys' hands. All of a sudden, their guy has it. He got the 4th. It's one of those years we got to keep fighting because every rebound, Pete, we don't get seems to turn into a collide. It's like the Titanic. We don't get the rebound, and it's a 3. We don't get the rebound, and it's Brett Bisping's 4th foul. We don't get the rebound. They get an and 1. We miss a layup, and they get a 3-point play down the other end. It's been one of those years, but we're not going to quit. We're going to keep fighting, and we're going to keep learning from it. We're 2-3. It's all about the league, and we got a home game next.
Hey, Javion, what do you like about your team's defense today? Generally, and also particularly on Walton, you really didn't do much tonight. So,
I just felt like tonight we were really locked in. We know that they're tough, and they make it tough for you to score, so we knew it was going to be a defensive battle. And we just came out and grinded it out tonight.
Yeah, Levon was doubling down a little bit, not a lot, but Javion took the challenge.
Kadeem, you had those 2 free throws right there at the end. Those are very important free throws. What's kind of going through your mind there, knowing that this is the opportunity? I think pretty much like the first time in a month for you guys to get a win.
I was yelling Batista because he's a Blue Jay fan.
Oh, really?
He is. Aren't you a Blue Jay fan?
I am. Honestly, I was hearing Coach say Batista the whole time, but honestly, I was just thinking, just make it. Focus on the free throw. Don't think about anything else. Imagine yourself, you're in the gym by yourself, and just knock it down.
He spends a lot of time. We have this practice gym now, and our guys use it, but nobody's in there more at night. Kadeem's a night guy that goes in there, kind of shows up. That's it. Locker room's open. We're not practicing tomorrow, Mark. You can have the day. Your Twitter account can be silent for a whole day.
Yeah, I made both. Oh. Thought I only hit one?
Oh, LeVon made one.
Yes, you can go on every road trip with us.